Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Needham High School News. I'm Brian Warner.
And I'm Adina Jacobson. It's great to be back.
Our first package today takes us around the school to hear thoughts about this year's Speak Out Assembly in our amazing Own Your Peace Peace Week.
I liked it. I thought that it's a really good way to let the students express themselves. Yeah.
I, for one, really liked the variety in stories.
It felt like all of the speakers were coming from like a really personal place in their lives, and also there was a lot of diversity in kind of these subjects and topics that got covered. You had gender, race, sexuality.
I thought it was really cool. It was really nice to see all the different people who actually took the time to stand up and share what the experience they've had. It was really inspiring.
I've been wanting to speak since freshman year. I'm a junior now. And it was just amazing to kind of tell everybody my story, tell them they're not alone, and tell them that there are other people who have disorders or problems, and people will be there for you. And if you just believe in yourself, you can do anything.
I think people should have freedom of speech, but there are some things that, well, some people like to have it censored, but others don't, so it's all a matter of opinion. But I believe that if it needs to be said, it needs to be said. So yeah.
It was censored, and I don't think that was because they believed that the younger grades couldn't handle it. It was because they just hadn't, partially because they don't really have as much experience with sort of things.
I think the focus last year might have been more on what people learned from their experiences than the actual experience themselves. I don't think of that as censorship particularly.
Even if your issue isn't discussed here, your problems are still important, and they deserve to be talked about too.
And if your problem isn't mentioned, that doesn't mean it's not important.
A lot of the time we don't know what our friends and classmates are going through, and I think it's really important to hear about these things, to know that they are going on, to not forget that everything may not be okay when people put on a smile.
I own my peace by going to the gym.
I own my peace by listening to my friends and dancing.
I own my peace by expressing myself.
I own my peace by existing.
I own my peace by listening to music.
I own my peace by doing what I love.
I own my peace by chilling with my bros every day.
Thanks, Julia. Congratulations to the entire cast and crew of the musical production Curtains. It was an amazing show and a joy to watch.
Come see The Hypnotist in the auditorium tonight at 7 p.m. The event is a junior fundraiser, and the cost of admission is $10. You won't want to miss this awesome event.
Freshman Ben Cohen also knows a little something about memorizing lines. Ben recited 2 poems during the Poetry Out Loud state semifinals in Springfield, and recently he competed in the state competition in Boston and placed 2nd overall. We got the chance to talk with Ben about his accomplishments. So hi Ben, it's great to have you here.
Okay.
What poems did you recite?
So I did a poem, Filling Station by Elizabeth Bishop, and Digging by Seamus Heaney, and then recently in the state final, I did Pre-Shakespearean Sonnet by Philip Sidney.
That was awesome. How did it feel to be up there speaking the poems in front of an audience?
It feels really great to perform for people and to sort of experience the arts and sort of give the arts to people. And it's a really exhilarating, cool, energetic experience.
Yeah, definitely. What would you recommend to people in the future for Poetry Out Loud? Would you recommend that people do it? Any advice to people who want to participate in it?
I think that anyone who wants to participate should. It's a really cool experience, and just if your class is assigned the poems, I think that you should really try to not even memorize your poem, but just to sort of embody your poem, to become your poem. I think it makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun for the people.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for being here, and congrats on all of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Now here's Zach Kaplan with sports and a report on ski team.
Thanks, guys. With some time in between the end of winter sports and the beginning of spring sports this week, we wanted to bring you a couple stories you might have missed during the winter. First up is the ski team coached by Miss Martin and Mr. Gorent, known as Mr. G. While one of the newer teams here at Needham High School, this team had a great season this past winter. Emily Gorick and Sarah Partridge have more.
My favorite part of ski team is definitely our race days, our trips up to Ragged Mountain, New Hampshire.
We race in the Ski East League with 7 other teams. We are very close in the team. That's what I think what makes us unique is we're co-ed. We train and race individually and as a team, which is kind of cool. We take 5 trips up to New Hampshire during the ski season, 4 to Ragged where we race and 1 to Waterville Valley.
My favorite part of ski team is looking dapper and staying warm in our NHS GS suits.
My favorite part of ski team was skiing here at the bump for practices with these majestical sunsets.
My favorite part about ski team was our overnight trips once a year to Crotchet Mountain, New Hampshire.
My favorite part of ski team was going from a freshman who didn't really know how to race to be a senior and having a lot of fun, doing it pretty well.
We sent a record number of kids to states this year. We sent 3 boys and 3 girls along with 1 alternate. This is the first time that we have sent a total of 7 racers, and it's also the first time that we've fielded a girls team, which is very exciting. We also won the MIAA Sportsmanship Award, which means that out of all the ski teams in Massachusetts, the Needham ski team was recognized for our sportsmanship. Ski team rocks!
On Sunday of this past weekend, the YMCA Basketball Championship game was held at Pollard. YMCA basketball, commonly known as Y-Ball, is a tremendously popular extracurricular activity in Needham. This past winter, the league had 8 teams participating with about 8 kids on each team. Our very own Shane Cullen was there this past Sunday to find the buzz behind the league and to see who would be crowned champion.
You know, Y-Ball, it's a recreational basketball league here in Needham. It's open to any high school student or a Severian student. We got 2 Severian students on our team. It's a great time. There's 10 teams, and you know they fought hard throughout the playoffs. So it's come down to this: teal versus light blue. It's gonna be a hell of a match. It's a hell of a league. It's a hell of a good time.
Thanks, Shane. And a huge shout out to the Thunder, who claimed the title with a solid win over the Warriors, who put forth a valiant effort. For more information on how you can sign up for Y-Ball in the spring, contact Steve Blomberg, the commissioner of the league, via email at coachsteve39@msn.com, or you can stop by the Charles River YMCA located at 863 Great Plain Avenue, right in Needham Center. That wraps up the week in sports, but spring sports are just around the corner with practices and tryouts starting this week. For NHSN Sports, I'm Zach Kaplan.
Thanks, Zach. Here's Julie Ornstein with NHSN Compliments.
Hi, and welcome to NHSN Compliments. We'd like to give a shout out today to Zach Blankstein, Shira Farbman, and all of Miss Word's homeroom for being one of our most frequent viewers. And that's all for today. If you guys want to keep hearing compliments every Thursday, we need you to send them into our Facebook page. So that's all for today. This was NHSN Compliments, and I'm Julia Ornstein.
Thanks, Julia.
Well, that's it for this week. See you next time on Needham High School News.